Hello guys and welcome back to Chaos TV for some CVC coverage. It is TCM against TSM for game number 2. We did just see TSM take a very comfortable first game, Vince. And I'm excited to see, can TCM bring this one back to a map number 3?
Well, judging off that last performance, probably not. But this is a new game. This is a fresh slate to play on, and of course, a pretty much entirely different composition overall on both teams. So they have every chance of pulling this one back, Enzi. But they definitely need to up their game from that last one.
Yes, they do indeed. I mean, TSM, they raped that top lane. They really dominated the mid lane as well, and the counter jungling from Odd One was completely spot on. And it does not look like we're going to see any level 1 invades or fights from either team. So just standard stuff with the jungles right now. Odd One is going to play safe on his wolves. Trundle is going to opt for the Wraiths as well. As actually, Udyr and maybe Olaf could come into contact here, but Dyrus is going to come in and he is going to find out that no one is around this blue buff. Maybe going to go for that early wolves, and this is nice stuff from Dyrus right now. There is no players circulating around these wolves, so that is going to be taken away from Trundle, the main wolf of course, and another as well. He might take them all actually, but no, he's just going to leave that one. Cheeky stuff. So Dyrus is going to get them wolves early on, and so yeah, nice start for TSM already.
Yeah, and I honestly thought that maybe Udyr would go mid because Olaf is very strong against Udyr. So it appears that is going to be the lineup at top. Of course, it's going to leave Kennen facing off against Galio in that mid area. Could be just purely down on whether Kennen can land those shurikens. If he continually harasses Galio, he can definitely hold his own in that lane. But of course, if he can't, Galio definitely has the upper hand purely on the basis, of course, of his passive, and he can build very magic resistant dependence. So it's going to be one to really watch out for the Enzi. And of course, if one of these two, whether it's top or mid, gets completely overpowered, they can always switch as well as time moves on.
Yeah, they do have the ability, they can just say, okay guys, let's just switch it up. I'm not doing so good in mid, and let's just switch the lanes up. But I mean, Kennen is going to have a hard job against Galio. Obviously Galio, until he gets that Chalice, isn't the greatest with his mana, and obviously if he gets that blue he is very good as well, just completely clearing their minion waves constantly with his E and his Q. Obviously the speed up with his E as well, and he slows down enemies with his Q. As Trundle looks to be in this Tribush right now, maybe going for a counter jungle, but Nocturne is there. Obviously Odd One is going to be on towards that Nocturne. He is going to get in that bush right now, as Dyrus is going to push this top lane. Trundle maybe going for a gank right now. Trundle is going to come in. Ignite has been popped though on Udyr, and that damage is incredible. Minions will finish him off. Dyrus with the first blood. Odd One coming as well, as Farfane is forced to flash away, and Dyrus is just going to go back to his farming, but the damage already at level 3. Dyrus too OP, will take him down. And Odd One was very close to connecting on the second as well. Now Nocturne will go down towards these wolves. Counter jungle coming in, the CV from X Special as well, just making sure no players are circulating around the area. No players are there whatsoever, and no problem to get in them wolves. So really nice start for TSM already. Dyrus did go straight at the, level 1 went down to them wolves, nicked it, and now Odd One has stole the wolves once again. So nice counter jungling going on already. Odd One is actually going to go towards this mid, but the lane is pushed from Galio, so he can't really do much about it.
Yeah, and as I said before, Olaf counters Udyr hardcore, so that's exactly what you just saw there. That's the reason Olaf was last picked, to just face off against that Udyr. And Udyr is going to have real troubles here, because every time Olaf swings that reckless swing, it is going to be hitting him really hard, and very difficult for Udyr to actually recover from. So I honestly believe, Enzi, that top lane is going to be extremely hard for Udyr to pull back now.
Yeah, the true damage from Olaf is just too strong, and we saw this last game, Dyrus with a very strong top lane against Kungan right now, and he's already got the first blood. He's going to do him a lot of good, and he has got the Heart of Gold early on to give him an initial gold as well, as he will go on towards Kungan again, and Kungan is forced under pressure to go back, and now he has no health pots whatsoever. Has to be very careful. True damage coming out again from Olaf. The shield has been popped, and Dyrus might go for the dive, but no, he is level 4. Clever stuff there, of course, doesn't want to risk it, and we'll go back to just farming and keeping him under harass. But every single time Kungan comes in range, Olaf is just like, okay, I'm going to deal a little bit more damage. You have no health pots, I'll slowly get you down. Odd One will come in for the gank, and you're going to be dead.
Yeah, just reckless swings time and time again. Just boom, boom, boom. Udyr really has to play very defensive now. Obviously, you can see that Dyrus is literally doubling his creep score. Dyrus on 29, Udyr on 14. And that's just basically going to keep the case here. Of course, Trundle now has to feel very pressured of, look, my top lane is getting crushed. I have to gank top so many times, and right now Trundle can't do too much. He's just going to have to keep farming up. Pillar of Filth is his really only way of getting those ganks at top lane, and of course Olaf is nearly going to hit 6, and of course once he hits 6 he has Ragnarok, and it's going to be even more difficult to gank him. So that top lane is really dangerous for Udyr here.
Yeah, he really needs to turn something about, and going this aggressive against a Dyrus with no HP pots and pretty much getting dominated in the lane is not good, and now Dyrus has that range to just keep him under pressure, although the minions are pushed, so Udyr has the freedom to just kind of run around a bit, push this lane. But if Odd One does come up, is he level 6 yet? No, he is not. He is very close though. I think one more camp and he will be hitting that level 6. Obviously he can come in with the armor and the fear to follow it up, as he will go towards top lane as Udyr is completely pushed, and he is going to go for the recall. Dyrus is going to go in this bush, will stop the recall, and Odd One's going to come round. This surely shall be a kill as the CV goes down as well, just in case. Shield has been popped. He does land the fear as well. Kungan surely shall be going down. Odd One will pick that one up. And really nice play from TSM. But like I said, Udyr pushing up there, no HP pots, and pushing against the Dyrus, who is already very, very strong with that Olaf, is not a good thing. And instantly, Odd One is going to come down towards mid, as Galio will flash in here. I did actually think he failed the armor. Did he actually burn that? Yes, he did. I don't know what happened there, maybe a bug or some sort, but he did actually fail that armor, although that would have been a definite kill if he did land that in full succession, and Crafty was able to get away there, did save his bacon, and he is going.
And this is one of the reasons why I actually said in Champion Select that I would quite have liked Udyr to go in mid and Kennen at solo top, because Olaf is one of those characters who's very, very strong against the vast majority of those melee champs at top, the bruisers at top, and Kennen of course is ranged, so Kennen can just harass. He has the lightning rush as well for those ganks that would come up top from that Nocturne, and Udyr is actually fairly strong against Galio. He's not going to be getting as pummeled as Kennen would if you stood next to him, so I would have actually preferred to see Udyr in mid and Kennen at top. Obviously that's not going to be the case. Udyr's died twice already, they're still not going to switch, so that's going to clearly not be on the cards anytime soon. But this is just going to basically give Olaf a much easier lane, currently on 48 creep score to 18. I mean, that is just so one-sided right now. It's incredible at 8 minutes through the game.
8 minutes through, and that creep score difference not good at all. And the damage is coming off of Dyrus right now. It's just absolutely insane. One gank, one tower dive from Odd One with that armor. He's dead instantly every single time. They need to change something up right now. I mean, Udyr cannot stand that Olaf up the top lane. I really thought that maybe you know, they would have switched, but Kennen is coming towards top and is going towards Dyrus right now, so they're going to try and pull off a gank. But I think even if they go in for the gank, Olaf will be able to turn around and get that kill on towards Udyr. The ultimate will be popped off from Kennen, but Olaf is just going to run away with that movement speed increase, no problem whatsoever. Ignite was ticked on him as well, but they can't do anything to that Dyrus, even 2v1, because obviously Udyr goes in right there. Olaf can just turn around and he's going to be like, you're dead, bye, and then try and run away, as bot lane Wolvies will come under heavy pressure right now as the ultimate does come in. Soraka looks to be going down. X Special is there just banging away as he will pop his ultimate as well, as Graves is behind. They are focusing Soraka. Graves has been untouched, and now they will turn their focus towards Valix as they land the kill on towards Soraka, and now Valix could be in a big trouble as Acid Hunter is getting spammed away now, as X Special may be going for the tower dive, but no, it's not. Valix will get away with just a little HP, about 100 in fact, and he will be unhurt right there. He'll be forced to go back. He's currently 3 kills to 0, and it looks like Odd One is going for yet another counter jungle. Galio is coming as well. Farfane has to be careful. The pillar goes down, but Renegade, which is Odd One, is going to go straight in, but here comes Galio. The fit has been popped off on towards Trundle, and Trundle has to flash away, otherwise the Q would have connected, his movement speed would have went down, and that would have probably been a kill from Bergson right there.
Yeah, it's looking a bit ominous right now from TCM. Of course, it is early days, guys, so they can easily pull themselves back into this game. But top lane is out of control. Mid lane isn't necessarily going their way either, as Galio is looking quite strong. He's got that 97 creep score, facing off against 66 for Kennen. He has the Chalice of Harmony already. It looks like Olaf's going to go for another kill at top here, NZ.
Yeah, Olaf did just get that kill on towards Udia, and there was a tower hit there, and Dyrus nearly going down. But Dyrus, the Death Defier, is gonna be like, tower's not too OP for me. No problem. But Trundle is going to come up top, could find himself with a kill, but he's quite low as well. And obviously Olaf is outputting more damage than Trundle, so he isn't going to try it. As Olaf is 2-0 right now, 73 creeps to Udia's 35, so not good there.
Just Olaf too strong. His dad owns a dealership. You can't take him down from a tower. He's not going to fall that easily. But yeah, I mean, mid as well. You have to say, Enzi, you know, I've said this a couple of times. I'm still scratching my head a tiny bit. Galio's winning in mid.
Sorry to interrupt here, Vince, but there has been a gank out bot lane as the ultimate comes in from Odd One. Fear was popped off as well, and Soraka goes down. But I'm really sorry about the Vince, guys. If you didn't know, Vince is actually watching the stream with you guys. We didn't actually get the tournament client for this. So Bass with the best quality is streaming right now, and I'm in the game. Mess is kind of watching, so apologies there, Vince. TSM are going to get this dragon. But carry on what you're saying, dude.
Yeah, it's no worries. Obviously, get all the action you can. I was just going to say that basically Galio's winning mid, Olaf's winning top. Why do you not at least try and switch it around and see how it works? Why stay at something that clearly isn't working? Looks like it's going to be a free dragon as well for TSM coming in.
Absolutely. So free dragon from TSM right there at the bot lane. And Special is going to go in towards this Trovish. Maybe going to try and pull off a gank on towards Valix here. Special is just waiting right there. As Valix will get in that bush, doesn't want to overextend too much. They are trying to give the effect that Alistair is not in lane as the headbutt comes in towards the wall. He's going to get instantly stunned, and here comes Urgot. I can probably expect an ultimate going to be popped around soon. There we go, but Chaos is going to take a little bit of tower aggro. The pillar comes down, Chaos could go down, has to flash away, and the Graves ultimate will finish off Chaos, and now it's Special in a bit of danger, but he is going to pop that ultimate, should be okay, unless a slow does come down from Trundle anytime soon. Special will be able to get away, but brilliant pillar coming in from Trundle just to save his teammate right there. Otherwise, I thought it would have been a guaranteed kill. That was very risky from Chaos, and the risk did not pay off there at bot lane.
Too greedy. I mean, greed really got the best of him there. Didn't need to die, but at the end of the day, you win some, you lose some. Some risks pay out, some don't, and that one just didn't. And obviously, with that being said, NC, they're still 5-1 up. They're still relatively ahead by 4.2k gold at 13 minutes. That's a fairly big gap opening up already, so I don't think they'd be too bothered about that. Just going to go back to that bot lane and farm back up once again. Urgot's on 97 creep score, Graves on 106, so relatively close. Graves has already got that BF sword and pickaxe, with Urgot deciding to pick up the Brutalizer and also the Chain Vest. Would expect, as I said before, Urgot to go the way of the Frozen Heart, to be very, very tanky going into that mid to late game. So, you know, still bot lane relatively close.
Yeah, standard stuff on Urgot. You know, you want to build tanky with that Urgot. Very good indeed. You know, it really pays off, as the Oracle already on Trundle actually is going to go towards the opposition jungle and put that ward down. He's going to come in towards mid now as Kennen will farm them creeps up. Let's have a quick look at CS actually, as the blue is going to get taken from Odd One. Kennen is currently on 100 creep score to Galio's 136. Galio is one of them champions who can clear waves so easy, especially with that blue. He's got that E, can do the first bit of damage and then the Q as well, just to finish it all off, and obviously can melee hit if in rage as well. And you know, when Galio gets them items, the likes of Kennen will not be able to do anything about it, because he's practically a counter to all AP carries. You know, he builds damage off that magic resist, and on top of that, if he builds some AP, maybe even a Rabadon's, the damage he can output is so good. The only downfall to Galio is that his cooldown range is very long.
Yeah, and he's currently got the Negatron Cloak and the Blasting one, so more than likely going to be building up that Abyssal Scepter, which of course is going to make his ultimate just that little bit stronger after the Abyssal Scepter. Really up to him, Enzi. I know you played quite a lot of Galio. Do you prefer to go the route of, say, a Rabadon's Death Cap, or do you kind of go into different territory with him?
Well, you know, I start off with that Abyssal set to maybe give me some, you know, some magic resist there, or maybe even a Banshees, depending on how strong I am. But the gank is going to come up at top lane. Nocturne comes in, he's going to pop that fear. Udia looks to be going down here. Yes, he will. Ignite has been popped, but they are going to pop off a lot of damage towards Odd One. Should be able to get away untouched. And that is going to be yet another kill for Dyrus out that top lane as bot lane. Maybe a gank is going to come in. Trundle is going to chase down Chaos and Xpecial there as he will come in. But Urgot is actually going to make the switch there as Galio is going to come down. I am probably expecting a Galio ultimate right about now. But no, there's only one player there. It's going to be a waste of an ultimate. Farfane should be able to go down, although he's still alive. Galio will finally finish him off as Kennen will come in with the ultimate. Xpecial surely shall go down, but the Galio ultimate will save Xpecial. No, the Ignite was ticking. And he's going to go down, but Chaos could bite the dust as here comes Graves with that damage output coming right now, but Galio is there. Kennen gets yet another kill. Graves goes down courtesy of Galio, and now Galio is in a very terrible situation where he's 1v2 all on his own and he has to back off. And now it's 8 kills to 3, Vince, and action going off all over the place right now.
Yeah, but again, you know, TSM are going to take this. They're not going to be too bothered. That was basically a 2-for-2 exchange, so not too bad from their perspective right there. Obviously, Galio coming down, trying to save Xpecial, but unfortunately the last tick of Ignite just claiming that kill onto Alistar. But you have to look at those creep scores once again. Udyr 64, Olaf 126. Ouch. That is a very, very farmed up, fed Olaf, peering down on the opposition. That is one dangerous Viking right now.
Well, that's the tale of top lane right now. And I did just see a question in chat, actually. You're asking, where is Reginald? Reginald, if I'm not mistaken, is getting his wisdom teeth out. So I guess he's not going to be playing this game. Bergson from Western Wolves has stepped in to take that mid position. And, you know, he's actually been doing a very good job. I'm not sure if he's played with TSM before, you know, maybe as a merc. But, you know, he's doing very well. You know, the communication seems to be very good, you know, between the team. But without Reginald, it's never going to be as good as that core lineup, of course.
Yeah, and I just read a comment in the chat there. I apologise if I butcher your name here, dude. Schwartzhers, I think, said that basically the game would be relatively even if top hadn't spiraled so far out of control. And, you know, I'd pretty much go along with that. I think the game overall is relatively close in that bottom and top lane. Sorry, bottom and mid lane, of course. But top lane is definitely TSM biased. And due to the fact that Olaf has been able to take that down so early, he's going to just push into the opposition jungle and really make a nuisance of that mid and bot as well. Dragons should go the way of TSM, purely on the basis that Udyr just has to get farm at top. It's always going to be 4v5.
Yeah, you kind of have to just think of how the game would be, you know, if you know, top didn't spiral out of control, like you said. But it looks like Chaos is actually going to go under the tower here as the Odd One is in that bush. The ultimate comes in and it looks like Valix could die, but they are going to focus on towards Soraka. The tower aggro on towards Chaos has to back away. Xpecial will pop that ultimate, so he is going to tank the tower, and the ultimate from Chaos is going to come in as Bergson will actually pick up that kill from behind the bush. So it's like, hi, I'm going to steal your kill. As mid lane, Dyrus is going to go on towards Udyr, but Trundle is there for the support, although Trundle is going to back away now. Dragon is up. TSM are probably going to be able to take this one, although they are going towards bottom lane. Was a bit scared that Kennen was going to do a bit too much damage on towards Chaos, as Chaos is relatively low on HP. So he is going to go back, no problem whatsoever. And another nice dragon for TSM. They have the timers up, they have that team play. The ganks are coming in bot lane. Odd One is helping every single lane right now.
Yeah, Odd One is just getting freedom to go wherever he pleases. I'm not too sure about Trundle and Jungle Enzy. I'm not sure what you think about him, but I think there's much, much better junglers out there. It looks like he's going to come under heavy fire from Galio here as well.
Yeah, Galio is going to be on the heavy fire as well. Farfane literally escaping with just an inch of HP as Galio will back away. And he is actually out of mana there, so Udyr did have the ability to go and chase, but Odd One is there just in case for the support of his teammate of Bergson right now. So Kennen will be able to get this farm in mid. And Alistar is waiting in that bush, maybe going to try and pull off a gank towards Graves or Soraka. Chaos is there as well. Soraka trying to bait Alistar out, which is Xpecial, and he will just headbutt her away. No problem whatsoever. Go towards that bush, pop the heal, and will bay back on his way. Graves is going to stand behind this wall, not going to reveal himself, but he's going to come down now and reveal himself. But Kennen is going to go towards bot lane. Maybe going to suspect a possible tower dive again from TSM. They've done it a couple of times. And are they going to do it again? Galio is on his way down as well. Is he going to go towards top, or is yeah, he's going to go towards top in the mid. But Trundle is down as well. Kennen is here, and they want to shut down this bot lane. You know, bot lane has actually been doing a good job. I think TCM sense, you know, especially was quite desperate to land a kill here. He's been waiting in that bush, trying to land the headbutt pulverize combination. If we can bait him out, we can allow Kennen and Trundle to come in, but that is not going to be the case. They're just going to farm them golems and go back, as Galio is going to push this mid turret.
Absolutely. You know, you just got to say that right now it's looking a bit precarious at best for TCM. They are about 10k gold behind. They're 2 towers behind as well, and 7 kills. The only lane right now that's really holding its own is now bot lane. Mid is starting to kind of crumble towards that Galio. And I was going to ask you this before, and obviously we have mentioned a few times Reginald is not playing in his place is Bergson from Western Wolves. And what would you evaluate him right now? Do you think he's been doing a good job? Do you think he's been filling in well, filling in those shoes from Reginald?
Yeah, I think he's been doing a very good job. I mean, the first game we saw him on Kennen did very good. You know, it looked like the communication was there as well. I'm not sure if he's actually in the scope call or not, or he's just actually in the game. But the communication seems to be spot on. He's playing very well with the team, actually. He is a Western Wolves player. Remember, I do think we covered him yesterday, and he was playing very well for his team as well. They did unfortunately lose against TL. But, you know, Bergson, he's a very good mid carry, and he's going to come running route now, and Udyr is going to be there in the bushes. He will pop that shield on towards himself, miss the E, but no problem whatsoever. Odd One is here as well. But they are going to go for this blue invade now. The ward does go down, just in case. Bot lane, in fact, Kennen maybe going to land the kill on towards X Special, but X Special will pop that hill and run away, no problem there. And the blue buff will go on towards Galio once again, just toward that reset, I do believe. Yep, he will get that reset on his blue buff now. So nice stuff. But, you know, question right back at you, Vince. You know, Bergson, what do you think he's been doing? You think he's been playing well? Do you think he's been playing, you know, a bit off? Or do you think maybe, you know, it just doesn't work?
Well, the stats do the talking. He's 3 for 0 this game. Last game he was on, I think it was, with Kennen, was it 5 for 0? Was it 6 for 0? Something crazy like that. Doing loads and loads of damage, always engaging in those fights with that slicing maelstrom from Kennen. So in my opinion, 2 thumbs up. He's done a great job, filled in the role magnificently, and definitely been a real powerhouse for TSM in these 2 matches. And you have to say, you know, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, the communication has been absolutely exquisite. And with a character like Galioenzi, you really need to have good communication, because if you jump in with that ultimate on your own against 5 players, you're going to get crushed. You really need that team coming up behind you and providing some serious damage.
Absolutely, and in them real major team fights too. I think we had one major team fight, that's about it. But the Galio is going to be coming in for such good use. Have we actually seen a Quicksilver Sash from TCM? I did maybe suspect one coming in, but none have been built so far, so the taunt will be able to land all 5 players, unless it is interrupted, of course. Chaos is going to destroy that bot tower now, as Valix will come back to his lane, get this farm on these creeps. And now that will allow TSM to say, okay, laning stage over, the towers are down, let's start them plays, let's make big plays, and let's start doing something about it. We have Olaf, who's very strong at the moment, currently on 3-0. We have Galio on 3-0 as well, and we also have Nocturne on 3-0. So we have basically an elite team right now. We're practically fed, and we want to pounce on the enemy opposition, as Renegade, which is Odd One, is going to clear a ward there with that Oracle, and they are going to come towards this top lane right now. And Odd One and Galio are waiting about. They are going to back off. Alistair, Olaf, and Nocturne are going to go towards that Baron buff. The pillar was released near Galio, but he isn't going to bother. And we could see a Baron right now for the TSM side. Especially was behind this wall as well. And CV does go down. So they know the Baron is getting taken, but the damage is relatively strong, but I think they're just going to fight here, as Nocturne will pop his armor. Who is he going to dive on? He's going to dive straight on towards Soraka, but pop the fear on someone else. Chaos ult comes in as well. Here comes the Galio taunt, the Kennen ultimate as well. The global damage absolutely insane. Dyrus with 1, Galio with 1, Dyrus with the double kill, and Kungan looks to be going down as well. Is it going to be a triple kill? No, Galio will get his double kill. And there we go. Trundle is going to run away, and what an exchange once again. 0 for 4. This is going to allow them to get that Baron. They've got the advantage once again, and after this they're going to be near on 20k gold difference. Since nice stuff from TSM once again. This team just gels, and there's the surrender vote. It's all over. TSM win game number 2. They won game number 1 very convincingly, and really both games, the game changer top lane.
Dyrus had two awesome games. I mean, you kind of run out of superlatives for him. He's been doing great both games. He was Vladimir first game, absolutely decimated faces with that Hemo Plague. Really, really strong with the cannon with the double AP. This time with Olaf, I'll say it again, Olaf counters Udyr hard. It's that simple. And you saw right from the get-go that Olaf was completely destroying with those reckless swings. Before you know it, the top lane spiraled out of control, completely snowballed in favour of TSM. And once that was done, Olaf could pretty much go wherever he pleased and just decimate. So, in my opinion, top lane pretty much just won TSM the game. Even if they were slightly losing mid and bot lane, I still think Olaf would have been able to pull it out for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if that didn't go that way, if there was an even top lane, it would have been very interesting to see, in game number 2 what came across with that. But TSM are going to win. They're going to advance through. And while we're on the subject of TSM, I did actually think I saw in the chat from an admin that they're going to be playing TSM against SK later this week. Am I correct on that, Bass, or am I completely wrong? Oh, so later on in this week we have TSM against SK. That just sounds like a good game. That is going to be an epic.
Not two ways about it. That is going to be a real nail biter. That's going to be a classic one. Can't wait to cast that.
Absolutely. But guys, that is the coverage for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. We did see Against All Authority winning the third game as well earlier on against Lowland Lions. TSM are going to win this one. But I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. If you want to follow us on Facebook, it is facebook.com/chaostv. For individual Facebook, mine is facebook.com/nz with 2 E's. Metas, yours is facebook.com/metastv, I do believe. Am I correct?
You are? Yep.
And if you have missed any of the games, go to youtube.com/chaoscontingency where you'll find all the video on demands and all that good stuff. But that's me out, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And Vince, have you any last shout-outs or any call-outs?
Also, additionally, feel free to follow this stream. In that case, when we do go live for matches such as SK versus TSM and such, you'll be able to just basically be notified there and then when we're going to go live, and basically everything's going to be cool for you. So please follow the stream for yourself, and also, as Enzi said, that Facebook as well will be great stuff. Either way, I'm done now, Enzi. Do you have anything else to say?
Good night, guys, and have a good night.